Welcome to Southern Indiana Now, the only podcast is exploring life, the culture, the happenings, the good news. We want to get the good stuff too, all in about Southern Indiana. And of course, you found it right here. You can access this for all you places you can get podcasts. But we know a lot of you like to go to YouTube or southernindiananow.com, or if you're on any of the channels that you can get a podcast, you can find us. And of course, want to mention to you that this show is brought to you by the Crossroads Acoustic Fest. You can experience the magic of live music like you've never had before, especially if you've never been to this event. It's set up in listening rooms throughout downtown Seymour's where this event is happening. And you can get all kind of up close and personal with the singer-songwriters that are making a lot of this amazing music that we're hearing on the radio happen. And of course, you can get the stories behind the songs, and that's what this event is all about. Get tickets at crossroadsacousticfest.com. We've got a lot of special guests lined up for you today. And of course, we're going to feature Jenna Thomas as part of our Hoosier Homestead section. And that's where we're talking about the culture, what life is like in Southern Indiana. That does encompass the gamut. And Jenna is here to talk to us about being healthy, what that looks like, what are our choices in Southern Indiana. So maybe you're listening in Jefferson County or Clark County or wherever you're listening from. We want to make sure we're connecting you with resources, ideas, good practices, all about staying healthy, being well, as part of our wellness episode. So we're going to get right to Jenna. Thanks so much for joining us, Jenna. Thank you. We are so excited about all the things we can do. We're smarter than ever when it comes to being well and things, things that are happening. But Jenna is here with us. Jenna, tell everybody where you're coming from and the Healthy Coalition, what, the areas you serve.
Yeah, hi, I'm Jenna Thomas. I am with Healthy Jackson County and Scenic Medical Center. I just joined the team just a little bit over 2 years ago. Healthy Jackson County is a health coalition of over 300 community members, all working together to better health outcomes throughout Jackson County. We serve in a lot of different areas, from mental health to nutrition and physical activity to health equity, a bunch of different things. So really just focusing on bettering the health of our community members.
Okay, so speaking of health and all those fun things, what is one small change that people can make? I mean, what's something that we all can be doing every single day, even if we don't change anything else?
Yeah, so I think something that's really important that people don't actually realize is just drinking more water. We talk about that a lot.
As I drink my Coke Zero today.
I know. I have, those are my guilty pleasures too. I actually love Coke Zero.
Gosh.
But
Yes.
I think that just substituting water or also, choosing the different options with like zero sugar or options like that are just healthier for you. But water overall, it's going to improve your digestion. It's going to improve your hydration. It's going to improve your overall health. And I think that not enough people drink enough water throughout the day. Mm-hmm. And I think it is really important. So I think that's just something really small that people can do.
Yeah. What about healthy eating? So I know that maybe there's not, when we like to dine out, sometimes we don't know what is best to choose on a menu, regardless of where you are. What would you tell people to look for?
Yeah. So I think, when I go to restaurants, one of our favorite places actually in town is Chili's, which is so silly because, it's a chain restaurant.
There's Chili's all over Southern Indiana,
right.
couple places anyway.
Right. But I think a lot of menus at restaurants have like guiltless options or, they're titled, guiltless or low carb, things like that. I think that looking at those options, opting instead of for fried chicken on a sandwich, opt for grilled chicken or, choose no bun instead of having a sandwich with a bun. I think small things like that, I think can be really important. Or also, when you go to restaurants, you don't realize that when you're getting a Coke or a sweet tea or whatever, it's $4 or $5. I think you're also saving money by just getting your water.
Extra tip.
Yeah.
All right. So we've talked about food. We talked about water. Okay. So Jenna, we're all busy. We all have crazy jobs. We're all running kids around, whatever it is, the things that we're doing. What are some, if you only had 10 minutes to exercise? And I know everybody says, well, if you only have 5 minutes a day, you can be this or that. But let's just throw it out. They've got 10 minutes to exercise, whether you're getting up 10 minutes earlier, you're just right before you go to bed. What are some things people can do, even if you only have, what's the best exercise?
I think just moving your body. Get up and take a walk.
Anything.
Yeah, I think getting outside, I take a few different breaks throughout my day. And sometimes, when it's warm, I really enjoy just taking 10 minutes, going outside, grounding myself, taking some deep breaths, maybe taking a quick walk around the neighborhood. Or also, if you're at home and you're right before bed, sit in your bed, close your eyes, take some deep breaths, Make sure, you're not on your phone. Taking those breaths, moving your body, I think is really important. I think walking is just a really easy way to do that. We have a lot of really great walking trails here in Jackson County and throughout the southern region. So I
Mhm.
think utilizing those, if you have an extra 10 minutes throughout your day, oh, I'm just going to stop right here, take a lap around the park. I think that's a really good thing to do.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about you work with this health coalition serving Southern Indiana. I love it through Schneck, where Schneck serves a lot of people in Southern Indiana. So let's talk about the initiative. What are some of the good things that you've seen out of it, and then where do you see the program kind of headed?
Yeah, so I'm actually the health equity work group leader. So this was previously known as the Hispanic Health Task Force. So we kind of changed the name to Health Equity to just better serve all of our community members from an health equity standpoint. So just focusing on making sure that resources are translated to Spanish, or that we're giving everyone the opportunity to be seen, sharing those resources. But I think a lot of the different things that we've done as a coalition that have been really cool is last summer we partnered with the farmers market and we attended once a month, bringing different activities. So one month we did yoga. So we had a good turnout. I think we had around 10 people attend and do yoga at the farmers market, and then they got to shop some healthy fresh vegetables. We did Zumba one month. We also had a kid fun day. So bring
Mhm.
your kid to the farmers market. Let them choose some vegetables for the week, ways to incorporate your meals. We had bouncy house, we had games, we had prizes. So we really do just try to get out into the
Mhm.
community.
Yeah.
We sponsored a lot of free workout classes. So right now we've
Okay.
been sponsoring throughout. It happened all last year, Zumba over at the community center, and it's at Crossroads Park during the warmer
And that's
months.
in Jackson County.
That is in Jackson
Yeah.
County. But Zumba's a really fun workout. It's about an hour
Mhm.
long. It's every Monday at 5:45. And it's inside when it's raining, it's outside when it's warm and nice. You're
Mhm.
getting the perks of both. But sponsoring some of those free workouts, we've done, free yoga. We've done a lot of different free
Mhm.
workouts. And I think some people, they don't want to go to the gym because they don't know what to do when they get to the gym. They sometimes should just resort to walking on the treadmill, or, maybe I'll go lift a few weights, but they might not know
Yeah.
how. When you go to these classes, they really do teach you how, or, you get to do a fun exercise with others.
Mhm.
So I think doing something like that is really important. And I think with the coalition, we are growing as a coalition. We just added another work group actually right under our health equity work group. It's our maternal and infant community action network, if I got that name correct.
Mhm.
And they're working on a few different really cool um, events coming up. So they're doing an empowering motherhood event here in town, where that's going to be like a resource fair for mothers, families, and then if you have attended that, you get to do a community baby shower right after, where you're going to get a diaper bag full of some really cool items. If you are a expecting mother, or if you have a 6-month old or younger. So
Okay.
we've been adding to our work groups. We've been expanding. We have been planning some new events, brainstorming some new ideas.
Mm.
So I think Healthy Jackson County has a really bright future ahead.
Yeah, I think so too. And of
Yeah.
course, you have the health fair coming up too, don't you?
Yes, we
Let's
did.
talk about that.
Yeah, the Schneckville Health Fair is coming up on, I believe it's April 12th,
Mhm.
that Saturday from 7 to 11 a.m. Healthy Jackson County will be there. We will have a table where we'll have some giveaways and some prizes, but all of the Schneck departments will also be there with a table. There will be some really, really great screenings. And a lot of those you can pre-register for ahead of time, so you
Okay.
know that you will get seen that day. Um, some free, some very low cost. I
Mhm.
really, really encourage community members and people outside of Jackson County to come and to attend. A lot of those screenings are things that are really crucial, and I
Mhm.
think a lot of people forget about.
Yeah.
And if you can go and you can get it for free or for a reduced cost, I would definitely encourage it.
Yeah, I love it. Well, if you'd like some more information about starting a coalition in your neighborhood or being part of one, you can, of course, reach out to Jenna at Schneck, and you can find out what would work in your community if that's an initiative you would like to undertake. But either way, add in some of those little things that you can do. And of course, we want you to stay well. We'll be back right here on Southern Indiana Now. So excited to have our next special guest as part of our Hoosier Hustle segment of Southern Indiana Now podcast. And of course, this episode, we've been talking about wellness, making sure you're getting all the information that you can about staying and feeling your best, being your best. And of course, Jay Clayton Spine and Health. They have 2 offices, one in Greensburg and one in Seymour now open in Seymour. And we're excited today to have Dr. Chris with us. And of course, we're going to talk all things chiropractic care with Dr. Chris. and we're going to transition over that. So thanks for being part of our show. And
Yes, excited to be here. This is
yes.
fantastic.
So let's talk about it. Chiropractic care. How does it help keep people well?
Chiropractic care is really good for, preventative. But I'll be honest with you, what we see more than anything else in the office are people that have had conditions maybe just for a few days or have had things that have been going on for a long time. And they come in, we work with them with the different therapies that we provide. Obviously, chiropractic care, for adjusting, physical therapy. We have massage therapy as well. And we are privileged to have a nurse practitioner on staff. So we try to find what we would call a modality that works best for each individual patient, customize a treatment plan for them, and get them better. Then we talk about, some preventative type of care to keep their spine in line and healthy. And it's maybe something where people might, come in once a month for an adjustment, maybe a massage. A lot of people like to combo those together where they'll go, hey, I'd like to schedule out a month. I'd like to have a massage and then get my chiropractic adjustment that same time. So that's kind of really how it works with us more than anything else.
Okay. So let's talk about massage therapy. I know that's something else you offer at J. Clayton. And how does that help keep people well?
Oh man, massage therapy is so good. And unfortunately, I don't get it, even though we have 4 massage therapists there. They're just so busy working with folks, getting people better. And the massage therapist does a really, really good job of going in and finding those areas, whether it's your shoulder or it's your back or your hip, that is giving you problems, to increase the mobility, to work out those really tight muscles in a relaxing manner, and to be able to take somebody that maybe is not able to raise their hand above their head, to work with that area and get to the point where they can raise their hand above their head, or they can put their hand on the back of their neck.
Okay, so this is always my favorite thing to talk about, especially when it comes to wellness stories. So I know you've had the opportunity to work with lots of patients. Tell me, like, crazy success story, or I know you have several to choose from.
Yeah, matter of fact, I can tell you the very first, oh wow, this stuff really works, was when I first got in practice nearly 27 years ago. I had a young lady, and she was Amish, and her parents brought her in, and she had been having some really bad gastrointestinal problems and just other physical ailments, and they asked if I could help her. And I was like, well, let's do this. Let's take some x-rays. And I found that she had a major scoliotic curve in her back. And I told her parents, I said, listen, each one of these bones has a corresponding nerve that goes to different parts of our body, right? So in the lower part of the back, those nerves are going to go to your stomach and your colon and your pancreas and your gallbladder. And if there's an impingement there, maybe that organ's not getting the right information from the nervous system. Tell you what I'll do. We'll work with her on a treatment plan to see if we can't get some of these things, better anyway. I did not promise anything great. So I said, let's do like twice a week for the next 4 weeks. At that point in time, we'll re-exam, see what's going on. Well, within the third week when they came back in, they said she's been on time and has a schedule for her bathroom appointments. She's not complaining of stomach pain like she used to. And I was like, hey, this is great. Anything else changed? Nope, just doing this. So over a period of about 2 months, we retook an x-ray. And actually, to my amazement, her spine, it wasn't 100% straight, but it was about 80% better. Yeah, and that was a big deal for me, especially seeing this child who had suffered with these internal problems and seeing her get better and her parents happy about that. And after that, I was definitely a friend of the Amish community, and I loved every bit of it.
Yeah, I love that. So how do you feel like with chiropractic care, what are some of the other common ailments that we might use other treatments to treat when really chiropractic care would be maybe one of the best choices?
I'm saying headaches is something that, really bothers a lot of people. And most of the time it's, hey, give me some Tylenol, give me some Motrin. If that doesn't work, go a different route. And it's usually treated with a lot of medications. Whereas what we do with combination of things we can do is we'll work with that patient on the structure and integrity of their upper neck, the muscles with that too. And we've had so much success in treating folks that way and helping eliminate headaches and migraines and just regular headaches as well. Another thing I look at a lot is people that have a pinched nerve or sciatica, pain shooting down their legs. And, they're like, I just don't want to have surgery. Don't want to take that time off. And we are able to, in many situations, I'd say 80% of the time, prevent people from having to have a surgery for sciatica or for carpal tunnel syndrome or something like that. And surgery's there for a good reason. I'm thankful that it's there. But if you don't have to have surgery, you can go a natural way that that you don't have to worry about taking time off of work
Yeah.
for the healing. Now it's something that we focus on that heavily at the office.
Got it. All right. So I know with Jay Clayton Spine and Health in Greensburg and Seymour, you do some other great services like I know we do Regen Care, which is kind of new, cutting edge, ozone therapy,
Yes.
IV drips, all the things. So
Yes.
what's the best way that people can get connected with your office to make an appointment?
I would just go to the website, Jay Clayton Spine and Health, and you can look at the various options of treatments that we have. And if you're interested in ozone therapy, which is so amazing, something new out there on the market, regenerative care, which your professional athletes use, that's something that we can provide too at Jay Clayton. So it's maybe something that'll spark your interest. Instead of maybe having a surgery, you have regenerative and let your body heal naturally.
And that's good for people who are like, if say they're on a track maybe for a surgery of a knee replacement or a joint replacement, they can go this route correctly. And
that's exactly right.
I'm making sure I'm understanding. Okay.
Yeah, and
avoid the surgeries.
Prevent the surgery. Yeah.
Okay.
And, it's modern healthcare, and we have it right here at both of our offices.
Yeah.
And, just watch the patients go through that and get so much better. We have IV drips too, where, if you just need more energy, if you need to detoxify your body, it's just an easy IV therapy drip, put you in a room.
You have some that boost the immune system.
Boost the immune system, keep you healthy, not only in the winter, but summertime too.
And you can come in and do those on your lunch hour, right? I mean, you can do they're easy in, easy out.
Easy in, easy out.
Okay.
And just for general aches and complaints. I know one of our staff members had an IV drip last week because he just has general body aches all over. And so far, this is the third week, and he said it's really done amazing things for him. So that's pretty cool.
Love it. All right. So you get your appointment by going to the Jay Clayton Spine and Health website. You can connect with them on social media, but do make sure that you are helping stay well. So if there's something, kind of bothering you, definitely make a call. They'll get you all straightened out. Welcome back to Southern Indiana Now, Kelly Trask. We're talking on this segment, Hoosier happenings. Of course, before we get in there, I definitely want to make sure of course, this episode is brought to you by the Crossroads Acoustic Fest. If you'd like to get tickets, you want to make sure you do that at crossroadsacousticfest.com. Super fun time, 2 days in a listening experience in the listening room of your choice. And of course, you can check all that out, but that you've got like the whole entire schedule available, where you can buy tickets, and of course, that website, and you can find out all the artists. They've got several different listening rooms throughout. This event's going to be held in Jackson County, right in Seymour, so you can check that out. We're so excited today to have Zach Spicer with us from the Special Olympics of Indiana, and we're excited to talk with him. Ways to all we can get information about the program, how you can get involved, how you can do some extra things in your community. So let's turn it over to Zach right now. Thanks for being part of us. Tell us about Special Olympics of Indiana and how'd you get started and how long you've been involved.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Special Olympics Indiana it's a nonprofit organization that offers year-round sports training and competition for individuals with intellectual disabilities ages 8 and up. So you can start when you're 8 to be in the official program and stay all the way up until as long as you want to do it. They also have a young athletes program that is for the younger ages under 8 too. So
okay, so do you have to be a certain age to start getting into it?
The official Special Olympics program in Indiana, yes, it is age 8.
Okay, yep. But if you missed it, can you still get in at age 10?
Oh yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Yep.
So tell me about the different sports and activities available.
Okay, there are 20 Olympic type sports that athletes can do that are available. Each county program offers a different number of sports and kinds of sports. The ones that we're doing basketball right now. Then we'll go to track and field and bocce, and then we'll offer softball and cornhole, bowling, and unified volleyball, which is a sport we added this last year. So
Speaking of unified, I know how's that program connected to Special Olympics?
Yeah, it's a separate program. It's for high school students that their school can sign up to be a part of that program, and they offer track and field and flag football right now. It just brings together traditional high school students and the special needs population to compete together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love that. It's a great program.
Yeah.
So tell me about your experience with Special Olympics and what are some of the challenges and opportunities that you see within the Special Olympic program?
I would say the biggest challenge, it is a sports training program. One of the challenges that I see personally that we face is our athletes maybe don't have that motivation or desire to do much outside of our practices and competitions. I've always wanted to see them do more and take the initiative to do more. And we are starting to see that a little bit this basketball season. We practice once a week, but we've had a group of athletes get together outside of that time to practice. So it's cool to see that. And I would love to see more of that because it is a sports organization. So we want it to keep them active and also, practice healthy habits and that sort of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in speaking of Special Olympics and maybe looking at being a volunteer, or how can you get connected? Is it something you have to commit to year round? What's the volunteer landscape look like for Special Olympics, and how can people get involved? Can they contact you directly?
Yeah, they can contact any county program or even go through the state website. It's soindiana.org. You can become a Class A volunteer. That allows you to actually work with the athletes, a variety of athletes, or you can be a Class B volunteer. So if there was a certain event coming up or something that you wanted to help with, you could sign up for that. But we just encourage people to do the Class A volunteer because once they do that, it's good for 3 years and they just have to do that. It's just some online training videos. You just have to renew that every 3 years. It's for ages 14 and up, but I think there are some options under that age, but they're kind of limited on what they can do.
Yeah.
But it just allows them to have, we just encourage people to do the Class A volunteer because it allows them to do whatever they want. And there's no pressure to once you sign up, you got to do everything. You can do whatever you're comfortable with doing, whether it's coaching or whether it's just helping at events or practices. It's pretty open.
Like. I love that.
Yeah.
So you've been doing this a long time. Tell me some of those stories and thoughts that have stuck with you that you would like to share.
Yeah, one that stands out I can think of, I captured this picture at a basketball tournament a few years ago. One of our athletes who was in his, I think, 30s, they happened to be paired with a team or playing against a team that was all youth. So these kids were probably in their early years of Special Olympics, and they had to play against them. And before that game, when he found out that they were going to be playing that team, he was out working with the athletes from the other team before the game.
Oh, wow.
So that's what you see a lot with Special Olympics that you'll notice. If somebody gets knocked down, you accidentally knock somebody down from the other team, they help them get back up. They're in the middle of a game, but they stop and do that.
Yeah.
They're just very caring. They think a lot of each other. They relate to each other. So I just love seeing the good sportsmanship. And it's just, everybody gets along and supports and helps each other. You just don't see that in a lot of competitive things. You kind of bring out that competitive nature, but they just have that caring nature about them that, they want to see everybody succeed and have the opportunity.
Sure.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, Zach, what's a good number they can reach you if they want more information about being a volunteer?
Yeah. My number is 812-595-9162. They can also email our county coordinator, SOIN Jackson County at gmail.com. And we also on Facebook. So,
okay. All right.
Yeah.
You can definitely check out Special Olympics serving all of Indiana. And of course, you can reach out to Zach specifically, or if you'd like to look at putting a unified program in your school or requesting one, that is definitely an avenue that you can pursue. It's a great program. Every school should have it if they have that capability. And you can definitely reach out to Zach for some encouragement and direction on how you can do that. We'll be back right here on Southern Indiana Now.
Welcome back to Southern Indiana Now. You got producer Erica Malone here on the mic. And here today we're talking about wellness for our Hoosier Good News segment. Here we have Donald from Scott County YMCA. How are you doing today, Donald?
I'm doing well. I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you all.
Of course. We're excited to have you on. So for our listeners out there who might not have a YMCA in their area, or maybe they might not know what a YMCA is, tell us what is YMCA and what does it offer?
So the YMCA stands for Young Men's Christian Association. However, we cater to everyone. We are just like any other gym. We do require a membership for admittance to the facility daily. However, we do multiple things such as free guest passes, daily guest passes. Bring a friend and try the Y for free, some things like that, so you can gain access to the facility to try out some activities as you would like. We also do youth sports programming and other programs for members and non-members to try to get them inside the facility and take advantage of all that we do here at the YMCA.
Love that. So what kind of youth programs do you currently offer, and how does it cater to the different age groups?
So we offer a variety of youth programs. Some of those things are from camps. We offer a spring break camp, a summer break camp, a fall break camp, Christmas break camp. So when school is out, the Y is in. Then we also offer different sports leagues. Most of our sport leagues start at age 3 and go up to 6th grade. We have a co-ed youth basketball league that we offer twice a year. We also offer a co-ed indoor soccer, co-ed flag football, and co-ed youth volleyball. Over the summer, we have our summer sports clinic series where we do a tennis clinic, a cheer clinic, a basketball clinic, a volleyball clinic, and then we also do are going to try out testing out a pickleball clinic for our youth this summer as well. So some of the annual events that we have are kind of really for all ages. We do a parent-child golf tournament, a cornhole tournament, a putt-putt golf tournament, a memorial golf scramble, a car show, trunk or treat, and then we also do a Halloween glow bowling event, and then we end our year with our annual turkey trot called Huffin' for the Stuffin' Turkey Trot, and then we also have Christmas with Santa, so they can come in, get breakfast, and take pictures and do arts and crafts with Santa. So, again, we offer a wide variety of things for our kids and families.
Yeah, well, you guys definitely don't sit down, that's for sure. So
absolutely.
So I know kids like to get active, but adults like to get active too. So what are some maybe adult sports leagues that you guys offer?
So we offer, twice a year, we offer a co-ed volleyball league, which is played on Sundays beginning at 1 o'clock. So people can go to church, and then they can come and play some volleyball. We also offer a pickleball league and a co-ed basketball league. So those dates vary, but we do have a program calendar that anyone is available to check out online on our website.
So how about some volunteer opportunities? If someone were to want to get involved with YMCA, how can they get involved?
So we have a different variety of volunteer opportunities. We're always looking for sports coaches for our youth program leagues. We're always looking for people that want to help out with the clinics that we have over the summer. We're also looking. We also look for board members. So our YMCA is governed by a board of directors, and we're always looking for people who want to be involved with the YMCA and learn of what we do, why we do it, who we do it for. So those are some of the opportunities that are available. We also have volunteer committees, such as a fundraising committee, facilities committee, and finance committee. So those things are usually quarterly meetings that can get you more involved in Y-related processes, but also gives you an opportunity to give back to the community.
That's great. That's great to hear. And speaking of giving back to the community and seeing impact, do you have any success stories about someone who maybe was transformed through going to the YMCA?
Yeah, so throughout the year we have several transformations, and I always say that we're so much more than just a gym. Yes, we have the ability to come in and lift the weights, but our impact just goes so much further than that. Since serving as CEO since the June of 2023, probably my most impactful story was this summer over summer camp when speaking to a single mother of 2 children. Our summer camp program is top-notch, and it's $100 a week and we provide the food, and that's from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. And, unfortunately, still there are parents out there and families who do struggle. Right. And one of the success stories that I'd like to bring was after talking to a mother with, like I said, with 2 kids, she would take one kid one week, leave the other kid at home while she went to work, and then she would bring the other kid the next week and kind of just switch off weeks. And once I found that out, it really just tugged at my heartstrings. And I told her, I said, do not leave that boy at home or those boys at home. Bring them to the Y. And so we do offer financial assistance at our YMCA, but we also have our annual campaign, which raises money to help with things, cost-associated things such as this. The YMCA does not turn anyone away, no matter of their financial status. So that's one great thing about our Y and about the Y Association in general.
If anyone is in the area listening, how and wants to get connected with the Y, what's the best way to do that?
Absolutely. So we have multiple avenues to connect with us. We have a Facebook page, the Scott County Family YMCA, along with an Instagram page, the Scott County Family YMCA. Then you can also find us online at www.scfy.org, and then you could stop by. We'd love to meet you, give you a tour. We do offer free consultations for all new members, and then also have a new member challenge for when you sign up to be a member at the Y.
That's great. Thanks, Donald, so much for coming on the podcast. And if any of you out there want to get fit and get active, Scott County YMCA is the place to do so. We'll be back.
All right, lots of Hoosier happenings we definitely want to bring you, making sure you're staying connected to all fun things in and around Southern Indiana. One thing coming up is that full moon hike at Ogle Lake, and that's at Brown County State Park. And that's coming up March 14th. So you want to get that on your calendar, as well as Hometown Scoops Walk Run Club. That's every Tuesday, actually, in Orleans. So you can give that a quick Google and get connected with that event as well. And of course, there's always some other things right around the corner, and including Cookies and Cream at West Baden High School. That's coming up towards the end of the month. So all sorts of things you can want to make sure. Of course, we want to include cookies on the wellness. That's awesome. But, gotta have a little sugar once in a while. All right, we'll be back right here on Southern Indiana Now. Hey, thanks to all of our guests for being part of Southern Indiana Now. Of course, the new podcast all about life in Southern Indiana. Next time you tune us in, we're going to be talking about Hoosier home ownership, what that looks like. We've got some fun stories. Might involve some raccoons. I don't know. We've got a lot of things lined up for you next episode, so make sure you've tuned in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us on all the social media channels. And of course, this podcast is available where all podcasts are downloadable. And you can definitely stay local and keep it tuned into Southern Indiana Now. We'll be back.